Hello and welcome to the Honda S660, a vehicle that not a lot of players will even really take note of, and that's because this little sports K car doesn't really have strong figures to go along with it. So when I say this, I mean the vehicle has 63 brake horsepower standard and comes in at a weight of 830 kgs. This actually makes it one of the slowest cars in Gran Turismo 7. So it's not really screaming performance car. It's not really like, wow, drive me. Now the car has a 6-speed manual transmission with a close ratio from first to fifth, with a pedal shift CVT mode from factory. It's basically the modern K car, because if we look at the other K cars that we have in Gran Turismo 7, like the Honda Beat, which is the Honda S660's predecessor, as well as a Suzuki Cappuccino, they are a bit on the older side. We don't really have another modern day K car in Gran Turismo 7, so to have the Honda S660 just keeps that tradition alive. But sadly, the S660 actually met its match by being discontinued in March 2022. Yes, this vehicle was produced up until March 2022, so you can still find these vehicles for relatively cheap and in abundance, because with it being manufactured up until last year, the car is practically everywhere. Now, K cars you're gonna find more in the Asian regions, and this is because with the overpopulation in the world, Japan and the surrounding countries are just overcrowded, and you can't really have big massive vehicles in those countries. So the K car came about. Starting since the 1950s, the K cars have been around for a very long time, and just like the Honda Beat and Suzuki Cappuccino, they decided, you know what, we don't have to drive boring K cars, we can still have sporty versions of small little vehicles, and that's exactly what the Honda S660 offers. Now, let's just say you aren't happy with the performance of the Honda S660, but you still are obsessed with K cars and you just want a lot more performance out of your Honda. Well, you're in luck, because if we head on over to the tuning shop, we can still upgrade the standard engine. Now, if you have a spare 200,000 credits laying around, well, you can fully upgrade the Honda S660's engine, now making it produce 160 brake horsepower. Yes, just under 100 brake horsepower added to the standard engine, and we can still bring down the weight to a staggering 713 kgs. So the biggest thing with K cars is the fact that they know, okay, we aren't powerful, we aren't gonna be good in a straight line. Where are we gonna really make up for that? And that is gonna be in the corners. K cars are extremely darty when it comes to handling. No matter which one you jump into, especially if you drive them standard, well, the response when it comes to the steering is so immediate that it's such a fun driving experience. So if you go into driving a K car with the mentality of knowing that this vehicle is not going to be that fast, well, you can't be disappointed. So there is a massive difference between the standard engine being stock and then upgraded, but that's really only noticeable when it comes to the acceleration out of corners. Even with the standard engine being fully upgraded when it comes to straight line speed, well, it simply isn't there. The top speed is not the main forte of this vehicle, and if you want to use this vehicle around a circuit, you need to make sure it is a short circuit. You cannot expect the Honda S660 with its standard engine being fully upgraded and think that this car is gonna absolutely dominate around Le Mans. It's not. If the circuit has a massive straightaway, you are gonna see the AI actually blow your doors off as they go flying past, because long top end speed circuits is not what the Honda S660 was actually made for. Keep it short. Tsukuba is the name of the game when it comes to vehicles like this. Now, one thing that I like about the K cars in Gran Turismo 7 is the fact that they can be engine swapped. Now, the Honda S660 is no different. If you spend almost 1 million credits, spending 600,000 credits, on an engine swap from the Honda 2 and 4. So the 2 and 4 is actually a concept vehicle from Honda that is powered by a 999cc motorcycle engine which produces over 200 brake horsepower. So just swapping it into the S660 is going to make a massive difference straight away. And the crazy thing about this vehicle is that we can still take it back to the tuning shop and see us add even more power to the Honda's engine. And after adding more upgrades to the Honda 2 and 4 engine, well, we see the Honda S660 now produce 288 brake horsepower, and we actually lose weight by adding in this engine swap. But am I gonna say that 600,000 is well spent? Because unlike every engine swap that I tried that I'm like, wow, you need this engine swap, it's really for a particular group of people. If you aren't really a fan of K cars, you don't really need this swap. Even the Suzuki Cappuccino is so much faster than this. Even the Honda Beat with its engine swap will run rings around the S660's engine swap. Just the fact that the Honda S60 is limited to really only being good around short circuits, it really falls short, because I mean, with the Suzuki and the Honda Beat, those vehicles can travel over 300 kilometers per hour without really breaking a sweat. Whereas the Honda S660 with its engine swap really isn't that grand. But if you are obsessed with the S660 for some reason, no offense, but I mean, I'm not really seeing why you would be. But if you are in love with this modern day K car, well, by all means, I say you pick up this engine swap, because it really just transforms the performance of this vehicle. Around Kyoto Driving Park, I was setting lap times around 1 minute 48 seconds with the standard engine being fully upgraded. And the minute I slapped in the now engine swap Honda 2 and 4 engine, well, we saw that lap time decrease by a substantial amount, with the vehicle now setting lap times nearing the 1 minute 40 mark. So yes, almost 10 seconds faster than the standard engine being fully upgraded is honestly absurd. And if you want to use this vehicle for racing, because there are K-class events in Gran Turismo 7, well, this is really a good option. But if you already have the Suzuki Cappuccino or the Honda Beat already engine swapped, then you don't really even need to waste your time or money on this vehicle. Understand there are going to be a few people, there might be a few people in the comment section fighting you on this statement, but it's really not worth it with this engine swap. So overall, it's increasing the performance on a car that isn't really good and still not making it that good. So there are so many better options out there, or even just purchasing vehicles for the same amount that you would spend on upgrading this vehicle that will absolutely trash it. So if you're looking for a fast little sports car, this isn't really the best option. But if you just wanna try it out, well, by all means, it is there. It is an engine swap vehicle, just it's not winning any awards. So this is my review on the Honda S660 engine swap, done and dusted. If you guys do go on to enjoy this video, well, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.